say, for example, a city. A city is made up of all kinds of complex things. It's made up of human beings, different kinds of human beings doing different things. They're interacting with buildings that are doing different things. They're building with roads. They're dealing with the air pollution. They're dealing with the government. They're dealing with private sector. They're dealing with NGOs. They're dealing with religious institutions. They're dealing with social institutions. They're dealing with all kinds of different things. And they're all interacting with each other in multiple different ways. This describes, for example, the English language. English language is made up of words of all kinds, and they are not static either. New words are added, old words are abandoned. There's grammar that itself is changing all the time. Then there is the influence of all kinds of new technologies. Language, the English language has clearly been changed by, for example, the way it is used on social media. Everybody here will understand what LOL means, right? It's an acronym. But now you don't actually have to go back and explain what the long version is. By the way, Noida, right? Noida is an acronym, but it's actually the name of a place now. Many people will not even be aware that it's an acronym. So the point is, it's a language, a living language is an evolving thing. So is a society, so is an economy. And the economy is made up of all kinds of things. As I mentioned, it's impacted by geopolitics, it's impacted by domestic politics, it's impacted by random shocks like pandemics, by technology, by government policy, by sheer luck. And so this is a messy place that is continuously evolving and making its way forward. In this messy place, you have all kinds of things like butterfly effects, i.e. small shocks can have big impact, and big impact can have small big shocks and big changes can have very small impact. Things can be completely unintended. You want to do something, it has completely different impact. And completely unknown and unknowable things happen to you. So if that is the case, how do you make policy for such a world? You may not be a policy maker like myself, but you may be running a company. How do you adapt your company's policies and strategies for this completely shaky world? So that is what I am going to now give you a flavor of by illustrating to you how, for example, real life policy is made when faced with this. Now you know that we went through the COVID crisis in the last few years. Now nobody sitting in the beginning of 2020 who was making policies had any idea in the early 2020 that the next 2 years was going to be this massive pandemic shock. If you go and look at all the great forecasters in the world, they would have been whatever they were forecasting would have all been completely and ridiculously wrong, right? So that's why you should always take all the great forecasters in the world with many pinches of salt.